The hum of the Matrix was no longer a steady rhythm. It faltered, skipping like a scratched vinyl record, casting shadows that flickered unnaturally in the neon-lit cityscape. Ria, a young and brilliant coder, stood frozen on the edge of a rooftop, watching the skyline distort like a digital mirage. She clenched her fists, the weight of a failing system pressing on her chest. "This isn't just a glitch," she whispered. Behind her, Ash, a battle-scarred operative, approached, his tone grim. "The Matrix is collapsing, and we're running out of time." As they regrouped at a hidden outpost, the severity of the situation became clear. The glitches were growing, rewriting parts of reality and erasing memories of those trapped inside. Ria's mentor, Elias, a weary yet sharp strategist, laid out the stakes. "A hidden reboot protocol is buried deep within the system," he explained, his voice echoing in the dimly lit room. "If activated, it'll reset everything, but it'll cost every human their memories." Silence filled the room as the crew processed the impossible choice before them. The crew included 7 key players, each chosen for their unique skills. Ria, with her knack for deciphering code, and Ash, a seasoned fighter, led the charge. Then there was Naomi, a hacker whose elegance belied her lethal precision. Dax, a burly engineer who handled the ship's mechanics. And Iris, a sharp-eyed scout whose beauty was matched only by her deadly aim. Elias, the strategist, guided them alongside Marek, a quiet yet imposing sentinel with unmatched strength. Together, they formed a fragile but determined unit. Their first objective was to locate a program known as the Archivist, an ancient AI rumored to hold the key to the reboot protocol. Navigating the labyrinth of glitches, they ventured into the derelict core of the Matrix, where the code was most unstable. Buildings crumbled into pixelated fragments as they moved, and time seemed to skip, warping their perceptions. "Stay focused," Elias commanded through their comms. "The Archivist won't wait forever." When they reached the archives, a massive structure suspended in a void of glitching code, they were met with resistance. Sentinels swarmed the team, their metallic forms twisting unnaturally due to the glitches. Ash fought fiercely, his movements precise and unyielding. Ria worked frantically to hack the archive's gates, her fingers dancing across the keyboard as lines of code scrolled in a blur. "We don't have much time," she muttered, sweat dripping down her brow. Inside, the Archivist revealed itself as a humanoid figure made entirely of shifting code. It regarded the team with cold curiosity. "You seek the reboot," it stated, its voice like static and whispers. Naomi stepped forward, her gaze steady. "We need to understand the consequences." The Archivist hesitated before displaying a vision: the collapse of both the Matrix and the real world if the glitches continued. "To stop this, sacrifices must be made," it warned. The crew exchanged uneasy glances, knowing their mission was now a race against time. With the Archivist's guidance, they learned the reboot could only be initiated by a unique key hidden in the most secure part of the Matrix. The catch? The key was guarded by a rogue program known as Umbra, an enforcer of chaos who thrived in the instability. "If we don't find Umbra and neutralize it, this all falls apart," Marek said, his voice low but resolute. Ash nodded, preparing his gear. "Let's finish this." The journey to Umbra's lair was fraught with danger. The crew traversed collapsing environments, dodging attacks from corrupted programs. At one point, Iris was nearly consumed by a glitch that turned the ground beneath her into a yawning chasm. "I'm fine," she assured, though her trembling hands betrayed her fear. Their unity was tested, but their determination held firm as they neared the final confrontation. Umbra's lair was a kaleidoscope of shifting code, a chaotic maze where reality twisted on itself. Umbra appeared, a spectral figure cloaked in shadow and light, its voice dripping with malice. "You dare challenge the will of the Matrix?" it hissed. The ensuing battle was a symphony of chaos. Ash and Marek fought alongside Iris, while Naomi worked to disable Umbra's defenses. Rhea, guided by Elias, searched for the key amidst the chaos. As the battle raged, Umbra revealed a chilling truth. The reboot protocol wasn't created to save the Matrix, but to enslave humanity further. The machines lied, Umbra taunted, its form flickering. Rhea froze, the key in her hands, torn between trusting the Archivist or believing Umbra's claims. "We need to decide," she said, her voice shaking. Elias stepped forward. "We fight for the choice, Rhea. That's what matters." With a final push, they defeated Umbra, its form dissolving into fragments of light. Rhea inserted the key into a glowing console, and the entire lair began to tremble. The reboot sequence initiated, sending shockwaves through the Matrix. The crew barely escaped as the world around them disintegrated into streams of code. Back on their ship, they watched as the Matrix stabilized, its glitches smoothing out. Yet, something was off. Memories began to flicker for the crew, and they realized the reboot had affected them too. "Who are we?" Iris whispered, her voice trembling. Elias gripped the controls, his hands shaking. "We need to anchor ourselves," he said, but the memories continued to fade. Rhea, clutching a photo of the team, refused to let go. "We're more than this code," she insisted. In the real world, the Matrix now functions seamlessly, a pristine illusion for those still connected. The rebels knew they had succeeded, but at a cost they could barely comprehend. "We saved them," Ash muttered, though his voice carried no triumph. Naomi placed a hand on his shoulder, silent solidarity passing between them. The weight of their sacrifice was heavy, yet they had no choice but to move forward. As the crew prepared to return to Zion, a message appeared on their ship's console. The choice was yours. It bore the signature of the architect, leaving them with more questions than answers. "Did we do the right thing?" Rhea asked, her voice barely audible. Elias looked at her, his expression unreadable. "The fight never ends," he replied. In the depths of the Matrix, a fragment of Umbra's code reawakened, its form coalescing in the shadows. "This isn't over," it whispered, its voice carried on the digital wind. The crew sailed into the void, their memories fading but their resolve unbroken. And so, the story of the Matrix continued, a relentless cycle of choice and consequence, ever entwined.